Begin by ensuring that you have all the components for the raider. This includes the poles, stakes, tent body and fly, 2 guy outlines, and the foot guy line. Unroll the tent body and situate it where you intend to set up. Assemble the head pole and thread it through its sleeve at the head of the tent. Insert its ferruled ends into their respective grommet attachment points. Stake down the 4 corners and head pole of the tent body, pulling outward to tension the tent floor. The tent body can also be set up with its corresponding ground sheet to prolong the life of your tent and offer added protection from ground moisture. Simply place the tent body on the ground sheet and stake out the 4 corners. Be sure to stake through the D-ring of both the tent body and ground sheet to prevent shifting. The next step is to guy out the foot pole. Insert the ferruled ends of the pole into the grommets at both ground level and at the apex of the tent foot. The foot guy line is simply a nylon cord with a hook at one end. Tie the tag end of the guy line into the D-ring at ground level as permanently as you wish. It can be rolled up with the tent body. Hook the guy line's plastic hook into the loop at the apex of the tent. Use a stake to pull the guy line tight at its center and stake firmly. It is helpful to angle the stake away from the tent. The tent body can be used alone at this point, or to attach the fly, start by attaching one of the corner buckles at the foot of the tent. Next, locate the grommet at the apex of the fly and unhook the guy line. Insert the foot pole's ferruled end into the fly's grommet attachment point and rehook the guy line, but this time to the fly's guy line loop. Attach the other corner buckle and continue by hooking the 2 toggle points at the ridge line of the tent body. The toggles are essential to prevent sagging in the tent body, so don't skip this step. Buckle the remaining fly attachment points and tension the fly by pulling the tag ends. Your tent is now fully assembled. For added stability in inclement weather, use the 2 included guy lines. Make sure the cleat is oriented as shown, then tie the tag end of the line to the guy loop on the fly. Hook the loop around a stake and pull the cleat upward to tighten. The raider can also be used without the inner tent body for a truly ultralight configuration. Spread the ground sheet and stake it out fully. Assemble the head pole and insert the ends into the grommets of the ground sheet. Use the Velcro loops on the interior of the fly to attach it to the head pole. Buckle the fly down at each attachment point and guy out the foot pole as before. When you disassemble your raider, make sure the tent body is zipped and the door is closed. This will make them easier to roll up and prevent damage to the mesh. Unbuckle all fly attachments and toggle points to remove the fly. Unhook the foot guide line and disengage the fly grommet. Set the fly aside and continue by removing and disassembling the head pole. Fold the tent body and fly together and roll into a cylinder approximately 12 to 14 inches long. After returning the stakes and poles to their respective bags, stuff the tent body into the large section of the compression bag and the pole and stake bags into the smaller section. Roll the small section down onto the large one to compress.